Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Anthony with themovieblog.com, and I'm back here with another video. This time we're going to be doing another comic book explainer. We're going to be talking about Midnight Man. Now, Midnight Man is a Marvel character set to make his debut in Moon Knight, coming to Disney Plus soon. Midnight Man's real name is Anton Mogart, a thief of art, jewels, and more from all across the world. Mogart creates a whole persona to go with his activities as a thief, and he operates under the alias of Midnight Man, making it a point to commit all of his crimes at the stroke of midnight. Now, I think Midnight Man is a cool enough character and is a pretty much run-of-the-mill cat burglar, not unlike Catwoman or Black Cat, except he has his own style and flair that he likes to use. Now, Mogart makes it a habit to get attention and coverage of the newspapers and the tabloids. In the comics, when Mogart makes his debut, he receives a lot of media coverage and he enjoys it. The character makes his first appearance in Moon Knight #3 by writer Doug Moench and artist Bill Sienkiewicz. He first appears when Moon Knight has sort of established himself in New York and has sort of hit his crime-fighting stride. He has an established approach to fighting crime, adopting 3 different identities to gather intel and insight in the city from multiple societal perspectives. Moon Knight even has a supporting team with his pilot Frenchie, whom he's known since his days as a mercenary in Egypt, and Marlene, the woman who witnessed Mark Spector's resurrection back in Egypt when he first became Moon Knight. The press also report on Moon Knight's activities when he's fighting crime and how he's taking on criminals. Eventually, the Daily Bugle began writing about the inevitable showdown between the vigilante Moon Knight and the criminal Midnight Man. Midnight Man has completed increasingly daring and incredible burglaries in the middle of a New York crime spree. Mark, in his Stephen Grant persona, learns about the crime spree and the interest New York has with wanting him to fight Midnight Man. In addition to that, Midnight Man has been taunting Moon Knight by leaving notes about his crimes behind for the vigilante. Stephen decides to investigate in his Jack Lockley identity to try to find information about Midnight Man while masquerading as a New York City cab driver. Unfortunately, he doesn't find any information as Jack, even after spending an entire day chasing leads. He finally receives his first lead while hosting a charity event in his Stephen Grant persona when Anton Mogart attends and asks Stephen about contracting an associate of his known as Mark Spector to protect his personal paintings from theft by the Midnight Man. Now, we talked about how Mark Spector worked as a mercenary in his first appearance, so the idea here is that Anton has heard of him from those past adventures and is trying to get a hold of Moon Knight through Stephen. Stephen agrees to subcontract the deal, deducing that Anton Mogart is the Midnight Man and that this contract is actually a trap for Moon Knight. Deciding to take the bait, Stephen travels to the home of Mogart as Moon Knight and breaks into the house to investigate. Shortly after entering the home of Mogart, Moon Knight encounters the Midnight Man head-on, who's wielding a gun. Now, this is interesting because something that's mentioned is that Midnight Man never actually kills anyone when he's committing his crimes. Moon Knight mentions this, and also Midnight Man lets him know that he knew they would cross paths eventually, and Moon Knight might be the only person who can stop him. This meeting is as inevitable as death. What happens next is a really cool fight scene between Moon Knight and Midnight Man. And I really have to give credit to the series artist Bill Sienkiewicz for his storytelling, because he produces an easy to follow sequence of action that's really thrilling and satisfying. It's almost like watching a storyboard of a fight choreography. Moon Knight and Midnight Man fight all throughout the sprawling home of Anton Mogart, and the fight carries them from the basement to the ceiling, and the fight eventually comes crashing through a window onto a nearby rooftop. Moon Knight seemingly has the upper hand and walks closer to finish off Mogart when, hilariously, he slips on a piece of glass and falls on his ass. I'm not making that up. That really happened. Midnight Man quickly seizes the opportunity to take advantage and go for the kill when suddenly a shot is fired from off panel and hits Mogart in the back. We discover that Margot is shot in the back by Moon Knight's friend Marlene. Margot goes down after getting shot and is shown falling from the roof into a river. Moon Knight actually tries to save Margot by leaping to his aid, but is only able to get a hold of his cape, which isn't strong enough to support Margot's weight. The cape rips and he falls into the river, but he isn't seen surfacing. We later learn in an epilogue that the bullet that Marlene used to shoot Margot was actually a rubber bullet. And that actually wraps up the first appearance of Anton Mogart, but definitely not the last. That's all I have for this one. Let me know what you guys think and if you guys want me to keep going. If you want me to make a video on the rematch between Moon Knight and Midnight Man, I'll be happy to do it. Anyway, that's all I have for this one. As usual, if you like these videos and you want to see more, make sure you like and subscribe. Otherwise, I'm going to check you guys later. Peace.
Thank you.